Hello, everybody, and welcome to a scene in Living World of Darkness, Rage Across New York, as we are joined by Aidan Lynch, the the Ragabash, as he is lifting up his Metis Omega and, well, carrying her around, basically cleaning her, you know. He sets herself down, and he is actually humming in Gaelic to her as he's stroking her hair and just basically being a very big fatherly figure. Because for some reason, Aidan has feelings. And they're right in the bloody spot as Aidan rubs her hair and just sits there, relaxed as hell.
Then yeah, they lay the 10 point. Probably at this point, like once she's been cleaned up and been spoken to and hummed to and everything else, just kind of curled up, head in his lap, antler free. And considering that she needed a lot of cleaning up, her midriff area will be pretty visible. And there is, even though she has been fully healed, been cleaned up, and everything else, there is a not a bruise per se, not the blooming color that one associates with a fresh injury, but rather back right over one of her kidneys is a kind of sick discoloration, a lingering kind of discoloration. Just kind of hanging out. It's not getting any duller, no matter how long she lays there. And yeah, completely exhausted by the absurdly draining events of the day. She's just laying there, eyes shut, head in his lap, and finally calming down.
Dallas is walking kind of back and forth without her blue scarf because it was used to help carry the injured 10 point back from the ordeal. But Dallas looks rather perturbed, frustrated, almost blue-balled as she sort of walks back and forth, pacing on the porch, shaking her head, eyes kind of focused on nothing, but constantly just walking back and forth in front of Aiden and 10 point, sort of mumbling to herself in this mantra.
Have a drink, Dallas, will you? As he's stroking 10 Point's hair, stopping the singing.
What's the point of having a drink? Did I earn a drink today? No. Sat for an entire hour playing fucking Tri-Peak Solitaire while you and other people that I share this sept with were fucking fighting off fucking evil spirit, trying to hold that one down, you down. Oh, and let's not forget the and she holds up her hands, air quotes, pure tribes, needless assault on someone. Fucking tell me that shit wasn't on purpose.
He'll just smile weirdly. I handled it. Get yourself a drink and calm down.
She grumbles and walks over to the cooler and pulls out a beer, twisting the cap off. Even though it's not a twist cap, she still twists it off.
Aiden is just looking there like, shh, as he points down at 10 Point. You know what I mean?
And you are really starting to freak me out.
What?
She just kind of gestures to him holding 10 Point the way he is. Never seen you like this.
She's my Omega. She's my packmate, Dallas, and she nearly died on me. As much as I try to teach her, I'm trying to not prevent her to fall to the worm. Right now, this is the best thing I can do for her. We punish her and we do our things to her because we care. Right now, kindness is what she needs, not cruelty. She earned her mark. He points down at her scar.
Dallas kind of stops. She's still pacing, but she's got that one arm cross with the other hand holding the beer, and she looks down and she's kind of got that like hard to stand still look on her face, but she looks down at the mark. .10.
And yeah, she's not completely out of it. She'll kind of blink her eyes open and twist her head a bit. Not going full bore like she normally would, maybe, but certainly a listening pose.
What'd you do that for? Why'd you put yourself in that position?
We hadn't the means to deal with the Bane, and it was killing the kinfolk. He was barely being strung through with Mother's touch from a gnosis-blessed kinfolk. It was simple enough. You cleanse the person, you kill the Bane. I thought that I could survive the suffering, and he could not.
So you did this to protect the viable nation.
Yes, Yaf.
She sort of rolls her eyes and sort of plops down next to Aiden. And she just kind of doesn't even look at 10 and sort of, not quite begrudgingly, but she tips the tip of the bottleneck towards 10. Hopefully 10 can understand the extension that she has put herself at this point at.
Oh yeah, and seeing as she's not looking, she won't catch the kind of weak little grin, because she just doesn't have it in her to play the straight face game, or to even really try, or to obscure any of that nonsense. She just kind of is a weak little grin, because that's probably the kindest gesture that Dallas has made to her to date.
Kind of is.
Fucking long day. Aiden just shakes his head as he sips off his own beer.
She just shakes her head.
And it's about this time that Felix comes strutting in, going, I got a motherfucking pizza. I got a motherfucking pizza. I got a motherfucking pizza. And lo and behold, he actually has 2 pizzas.
He will look at the very odd side of a 10 cuddled like a child in Aiden's chest, and Dallas sitting beside Aiden, and they're both drinking beer.
I got a motherfucking... Ah! Oh. I have a lot of questions.
Little deer nearly died today.
I have less questions.
And it wasn't Tepiza nearly killed her doing it.
I have more questions.
Bring me the pizza, will you? Come on, sit down. Get yourself a drink.
Right. And he steps up onto the porch and sets the pizzas down on the table. And yeah, grabs himself a beer and a slice. And very like almost defeatedly, like you heard your favorite celebrity died, like plops into a chair and just like prepares for answers.
Takes the pizza slice, hands one to Dallas, takes one for himself, and then very gently takes one, and then
Wait. Dallas will give her slice to 10 Point.
oh, he's just giving a slow approving nod. Takes big slices for himself. Then for Felix, no, Aiden looks exhausted.
Yep, and 10 Point actually registers straight confusion, like not energetic confusion by any means, just kind of this slow, puzzled look for a hot second before she catches on to what's going on. But it really does take her a minute, especially from Dallas.
She looks over at 10 Point, and if that expression is just written across her face,
oh yeah,
she'll just go, "Don't make it weird."
And she'll just kind of take the slice of pizza and remain curled up against Aiden's front and kind of nibble on it. More likely than not, Tiny White Mouse will pop out of the chest pocket of her shirt and join in on nibbling on it.
Our little 10 Point got possessed by something. Trying to heal that kinfolk we rescued the other day, Felix.
Right.
We had to go get her. One of us frenzied. He'll look down. And yeah. Tepeza nearly kicked her to death.
Dial it back a second. I'm sorry. Tepeza nearly what?
She stamped on her when they were trying to pin her down because whatever she was doing was making 10 Point frenzy. Ow! Teresa was holding her down as he looks over at Dallas, shaking his head as she drops her beer bottle. And then he'll just shake her head like, fucking hell. It's just a small shake of his head. And so Tepeza with the bright idea decided to stomp on her in Krynos, nearly killing her as he points to the mark on 10 Point.
He leans over to get a look at it. Not within any, I don't know, viable, grabbable range, because cooties and shit. And yeah, just gives a huh, and then leans goes back to very sitting very straight in his chair.
I frenzied as well.
Felix looks at Dallas. Did you frenzy?
No, she got stuck playing solitaire. As he does this big teasing smile.
She just turns her head away. No.
She got stuck there. We were wondering where she was and everything.
Huh.
Yeah, Teresa managed to stop me before I killed any kid.
Could have stopped you, so.
Yeah, I know you could have. Look lower. You're a big baguette, don't worry, Dallas.
So, everything good now?
We're alright. William White came over.
And things are better?
He'll smile. I told him that the Tepeza should come talk to us.
Should hold her down and stomp on her kidneys.
No. We won't do that. For now, we're not going to do that. The true catcher wants good relations. We're going to show that we're the honorable Garu, and we can do that. There's been enough chaos and ripples already.
Felix does the lip tuck and nod, especially at the word ripples.
Just nods to himself and misses it completely because he just takes a beer and just, sips it looking down at 10 point. Quite fatherly. Covered in gore and shit.
Successfully consumed pizza and has resumed just contentedly laying against Mariah.
So how have you been, Felix? He kind of just says as he's trying to light a cigarette on managing 10 point, like not making sure he doesn't like spill over her, basically.
Well, good. How have I been? Since we last spoke, what was it? Yesterday? The day before? Time is subjective to me now.
There is something you can do for me.
Oh, huh. Yeah?
There's a pile in the door there. There's a box of burner phones. I'm wondering if you can give it to some of the kinfolk, particularly in the East Village or near where Harlem was. Will you be able to put some tracking thing in? So if they go missing, we'll be able to find them.
Oh, yeah, that's not a problem. Just,
Good.
The only issue would be if whoever's fucking with the kinfolk got a hold of them. For obvious reasons, you smash a thing, you know.
That's why I'm hoping it might pay off. Give it to the Silverfang kin to anticipate it. Since we're all, like yesterday, standing around arguing all day, smile, while looks over at Dallas, biggest smirk on his face, while little miss over here needs to get into action.
My get pride?
Does she actually say that?
Yes.
Felix smirks.
I heard she's pretty good at solitaire, Felix. She'll beat you at it.
I have to roll willpower now. I succeed.
She's gonna pick up the deck out of her magpie swag, cock it back like she's gonna throw it at Felix, or I'm sorry, at Aiden, and then chucks it at Felix.
And after it bounces off of him onto the floor,
It's cards. It's loose cards.
Oh.
Jesus.
After Felix looks down at the proposal to play a game of 52 pickup, he instead looks up at Dallas and says, I don't think you showed me throat when I came here.
Really, Felix? He'll just shake his head. He's right, Dallas, you didn't. You smirk at Felix. And you didn't show throat to me either.
I helped you carry her heavy ass back from the warehouse over in Soho.
You did, and you didn't show me throat all the way over. What?
It's surprising you were able to, navigate all that way with all that pride in your way.
It is.
Just gonna stand up very quietly. Pardon me for a moment. Just gonna walk over to a tree. I don't know, about 6 yards away or so from the cabin, and she's gonna spend 4 rage and proceed to punch the tree.
It's funny, even while she's punching the tree, I still haven't seen her throat.
No, neither have I, Felix. Shocking.
Wow.
Just say so, 10 point. Shocking behavior, that is.
That point is torn because she's pretty sure that if Dallas is about to go through showing throat, she should probably be doing it. She's actually given a bit of a squirm and kind of lazily started to tip.
And Aiden, seeing this, capitalizes perfectly
Oh, don't you just fucking do
It
it.
smiles over at Felix. You see, Felix? You're good, 10 point. The Metis showed me throat before the get did.
How
There is
honorable
just an
10
audible.
I mean,
And it's really just futile because she can't shift to Glabro or Greedos or anything because she botched that roll. He just comes back with like really, really bloody knuckles.
Aiden will look expectantly. Well, Cleus.
Felix will also look expectantly.
She's just gonna walk up, grab Felix by the by like the shirt collar, and just shove her neck in his face. There's the throat. Do you see the throat? Do you see the fucking throat?
It's gonna take some real good dry cleaning to get that blood out of his shirt now.
Aiden.
You know, it's a little bit too close. Could you back up and?
I mean, you don't
try
want to get.
again?
I mean, you're getting blood on the Raya's shirt, Dallas.
Oh, don't you fucking
And then
start.
Felix looks down at his shirt, looks back up, and takes a rage.
And as he's stroking 10 points there, you go, you see that, Dallas? Now you've just angered a Raya. I think you should go lower, Dallas. Acknowledge the apology. That would be my advice.
Gets down on knees.
That's not is that an apology, Felix?
No, it sounds like you left the kettle on the stove. Oh, it's time for tea.
He can't control himself. He's like nearly like jerks forward, like nearly knocking 10 point off him, laughing. That's making the hissing noises of a kettle isn't an apology, Dallas. I'm sorry.
Sorry, I got blood on your shirt, Raya.
I forgive you, Onrai.
What did she call him? Or what did he call her?
He called her Onrai.
I have no idea what that means.
It is the word used to reference one of a lower rank.
Ah. And then she will look and on like pivot on a knee, look at Felix or Aiden. And she has that look of like, don't you fucking dare.
Well, where's my apology? You've been disturbing me, shouting and waking my pack mate from her sleep.
10 point gets just a tiny bit smaller. Still curled against the chest. It gets just a little smaller. Like, oh shit, why you gotta bring me into this?
And you spilled beer all over me porch.
I'm sorry, I got beer on your porch, Raya.
That's better, Dallas. See? Getting all the introductions out of the way. Now you're learning. You can rise, Cleith. Smart.
She starts just running. She gets up and starts running around, just doing laps around the cabin.
As soon as she gets out of eye shot, like for the first time, Felix like leans a fist over to Aiden.
Yeah, they're totally fist bump. They're totally just, yeah.
And she's running in a full bore sprint.
Just Aiden just says that she's making their third lap. Make a fine ragabash, Felix.
Hate you both.
My great-great-grandfather was a ragabash.
Oh, well, there you go then.
He's famous for not ever telling a lie.
I mean, just smile. See, we can be nice, us Fiona. You'll say very softly to Felix.
Oh, wow. I'd, I gotta say, it's good to see.
We're only trying to save her from the worm, Felix.
I never said that. Don't put words in my mouth.
I'm trying to explain. Most of us will say our behavior is cruel, but we have to be tough because the worm won't rest. So we have to be tough for her. But she's our Omega.
What are you talking about?
With gestures out of 10 point. It was almost by explaining, like, normally I'm not this cool, bro. You know.
Felix, not having ever witnessed such activity, just kind of shrugs and just ponders on a second for how bad could it possibly be. Aiden is just such a cool dude. He thinks in his own head and shrugs off and washes down his crust with beer.
Just nods.
Dallas comes to a stop, panting, finally.
You good there, Cleus?
She doesn't say anything. She's just like her eyes are like winced shut. She just lifts up one arm with a certain finger lifted up. Just.
Don't we need to get you, Dallas? Looks over at Felix and that smile just merges. It's that one wicked smirk. Don't we need to get you, Dallas?
Oh.
Oh, Raya asked you a question.
What do you need to get me, Raya? Please let me know. I am wondering about the wisdom that you, Aiden, Ragabash, Tamer of Dragons, are about to lay down upon me.
We need to get you laid. This wicked grin. You need a kinfolk.
The thought had crossed my mind.
All that rage is not good for you. Is it not, Felix?
No, not at all.
No. I think you need a man to take your anger out on, I think you leap into bed.
At him, and there is suddenly just a narrowing of her eyes.
Not me. He says quite firmly. That'll be breaking the litany. He smirks again.
You assume too much.
I'm not the one who's always sexually pent up, Dallas. You just need to get laid, doesn't you, Felix?
I could see it.
See it.
She just pulls out another bottle of beer.
I'll tell you what, I'll get one that looks like Skovgard. Smile with this victorious smile.
Oh.
There's a bottle of beer that is just tucked in their general direction.
he like ducks, like covering 10 point on himself, basically.
I'm going to roll to catch it.
I will roll to fucking throw it. Oh, shit. There's our athletic score. Sorry if he didn't have his sheet up. Wasn't sure if he was going to need to roll anything outside of rage.
Well, now that you're not prepared, you do it a +1 diff.
Fuck you. You're not my ST here anyway.
Aha!
You're not my real dad.
Oh! Oh! Who's the defender?
I haven't rolled yet.
Oh, well, I did. That's 3 successes.
1, 2. Oh, that's 2.
So yeah, it hits the side of the cabin.
Huh.
She's like just got her teeth gritted. Like,
You know,
Mariah, you assume way too much about me.
I'm just saying, Skovgard is a fine example of a get a rune. I'm just saying, if you could replicate that in a kinfolk, I think you'd be a fine mate. Are you assuming something of me, Dallas?
I think you're assuming something of me that you're really off base about.
I think you're assuming it's totally cool to throw beer bottles at another Gar's territory.
Felix, Raya.
I think you should clean up. After all, you don't want to offend my beta.
Ooh, that would not be good.
She just falls like to her knees, just to that defeated head down, arms crossed over her lap, legs splayed out in either direction. I couldn't even deal with today. I hate today.
There's a brush
Today is one of
inside.
the worst.
There's a brush in the scooper things inside.
Just shaking her head.
And yeah, for like half a second after more than half a second after the bottle hits the wall, 10 Point does kind of perk up, not so much in alarm over the noise, though she does kind of startle a bit just because she's not looking, so she didn't see it coming. But she does kind of perk and turn her eyes to the closest of the windows, like dreading, the dad footfalls from inside. And when they do not manifest, she will slack back down. But there's definitely like an oh shit, you made dad mad, oh shit moment.
Made a vow. Stand at your side. I wasn't there because I couldn't get through the fucking gauntlet.
It's all right. Is that why
not-
you're so angry?
She just kind of gives this defeated nod.
Well, I looked down almost with the same sort of glance. I couldn't help my packmate. So I understand your rage. That's why we're making fun of you. Because we all rage. Sometimes it's best to let it out. He'll give a smile.
Mm.
But what's the lesson you learned now, Dallas? He'll smile over at Felix like, see what I'm doing?
Hmm.
What's the lesson?
Oh, hang on. I got a GIF for Felix's face right now.
Oh, man.
Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Here it is.
Yes, I gotta get a GIF. Hang on. Mm. I hear chuckling going on, and I have a feeling it might be at my expense.
Let's note these GIFs together.
They're fucking perfect.
Yes.
It's the intense stare she does. Aiden smiles and Felix like, oh.
Uh-huh.
Be happy, made Dallas cry.
Oh no. So what's the lesson then? And he'll
She
smile
looks
at her.
up, defeated. And at this point, she's got that slightly sobby look on her face. She shakes her head. I don't know.
You don't know the lesson. Okay. You weren't able to cross and help us. What would have happened if any of us had died?
She doesn't answer. She just stays mute.
So, you've got to figure out a way to manage crossing the gauntlet. Or get better at it. The ripple, Alice, you see. You couldn't help. We were in trouble. Or you were in trouble and we couldn't help you. There's always consequences, every action you do. For now, you got off lightly. But think, what would have happened if one of us had died? And you knew you were over there?
She doesn't say anything.
I don't figure at this point even 10 point will start to feel kind of bad for her, and will actually like pick up a hand and kind of just lay it on Aiden's chest. She's already curled up there, but just kind of like a pleading gesture.
Dallas is
Yeah,
100% out of her element right now.
He'll gently ease 10 point off into a chair, basically, very gently, like dusting the gore off himself.
Mm-hmm.
Slowly, like stretching and maybe stripping off some of the fucking gory clothes that he had.
Felix shudders.
I don't mean to be hard. Yeah, Aiden's like, yeah, you like it. You know what I mean? He smiles. I don't mean to be harsh, Dallas. But think, you're a get. This is the most valuable lesson you're gonna learn. Not to use your rage, but he points right at her forehead. Use that. Because you're a good Arun. And you have the potential to be a great one. You just need to think.
Tried to think. I couldn't even channel Gnosis to break the gauntlet.
So, you think, what can you use next? You think there's a theurge. Teach you ways. Teach you methods. Adapt. Looks over Felix, like, yes.
And Felix waves.
You adapt. You learn.
She just looks up and then looks directly at 10 point.
And 10 point is a little more alert now that she isn't laying on Aiden. In fact, she's almost seems anxious to be left sitting on her own, but hasn't quite gotten so desperate as to follow yet.
Maybe turnabout's only fair play.
We all learn harsh lessons. But it's what we do with the consequences of those lessons. It's what defines us, Dallas. That's the first lesson you need to learn if you want to be with us. That's the first lesson I'm going to teach you. You're going to learn. And smile. Not like in a weird sadistic way, almost softly.
She'll look up 10 point.
Yes, yes.
She takes a moment. She has to work herself to it. But she says it, and it is actually genuine. You are the best theurge I know on set.
Felix turns his head. Just like that. In the gift.
She kind of blinks in the wake of the decision she made recently. I mean,
To be fair, she's saying that because she's actually never seen Felix in action, so she doesn't know.
Oh, no. That's pure vanity.
yeah, she seems, she is stunned. Thank you, yes.
Thank you. And she takes a moment, and there's that long pause. Thank you. Yeah.
And there's a certain, like, not sympathy, but a kind of empathy there. Like, she sees what she's doing. She knows what she's doing. And she's not going to say a damn thing about it. But she very clearly understands exactly how much effort had to go into that.
Is he doing that in character?
Yes.
She's gonna look up at the glasswalker. You have no idea how much I hate you right now.
Oh, I know.
He'll smile at Dallas.
I'm no ragabash, but if I had a lesson to convey, it's humility.
And with that interruption as a distraction, 10 Point's going to take a moment, kind of melt her way down to Lupus. Finally give in to the nervous urge and go ahead and stand herself up and amble over to where she can kind of hook around one of Aiden's legs.
And don't worry, I won't tell William Light. He'll smile. He wouldn't understand. He actually says almost in his knowing nod.
Dallas has such an urge to say "fuck that guy" out loud, so instead of doing that, she just has that expression on her face.
Come on, Willie, you big softy. He kind of like puts his arm around her and he takes his shirt off basically and like sits her down and pours her a beer. You need to get drunk.
Need to find that Fianna kinfolk.
What Fianna kinfolk? He's like this, like horror.
Really, really good-looking red hair.
I see. I see now. Looks over for Felix. Tell you what. Because you did so well. And smile over Felix. Tell me his name and I'll go have a wee word with him. After all, I'm Tamer of Dragons. I'm one of the most popular Garo on the kin.
She takes a long drink out of her bottle until it's empty. And she doesn't even look at him. She's just staring right straight forward. It's not a he.
Oh.
Oh! Oh, I see. What's her name?
Don't worry, I'll find her.
Ah, give me a wee name. Yeah, I'll help out.
Shakes her head.
Why, what's wrong with her?
Nothing's wrong with her. But that's mine.
I'm not going to claim her on you. I'm not that bad, Jesus.
No,
Sounds pretty-
that side
pretty
of me
good.
is mine. That side of my life is mine.
I hate to break it to you, him. You actually smile. If you're joining this pack, we're all going to know things about each other that we don't like knowing.
Felix puts a hand on Aiden.
But-
And he just gives him a knowing nod.
Mm-hmm. He'll smile, but I'm not going to pursue it. I'm
When
not
and
that
if?
mean. After all, I'm not going to tell you about my wife.
When and if your alpha accepts me into your pack, there'll be plenty of things I'll be more than happy to tell you. And she tips the bottle back, polishing off every last ounce or drop that's left in there. But until then, I'd rather not this whole thing get around the set.
I can respect that.
Ah, yeah, so can I. Smile. Even probably just hitting the sock going, it's not really nearly around the set, but hey, smile to himself. You have to introduce us one day.
I might.
You just shrug. Felix is already met my woman anyway, so be grand. You kind of lean back and take a long swig of beer.
Felix nods and stuffs his face with pizza.
Yeah.
10 Point, meanwhile, at some point has slithered half under Aiden's chair and plopped down, resting her head right next to one of his feet.
Aiden will just get raporously drunk for the night.
Dallas will follow suit after cleaning up the bottle.
Yeah, Felix will play whatever gaming console they have at the cabin with pizza hanging out of his mouth. Trying to eat it with nothing but his teeth and the muscles of his lips and jowls.
Oh my goodness. Is that where we call it then?
Yes.
Oh, very well. In that case, thank you, players, for playing. Ridiculous sound effects and all. Thank you, watchers, for watching. We'll see you next time on the Living World of Darkness, Rage Across New York.